Hi everyone, I'm He and this is my YouTube channel for Part of Joy Organic Bakery. I am also the founder and owner of Part of Joy. A Part of Joy has been around for coming close to 10 years. And many has often come, they look at me and they say, you look more like an engineer. Why chef? Why Part of Joy Organic Bakery? Why bake? So today, to answer all these questions, for this first video, I shall talk a little bit about myself and how Part of Joy came to be. So it started more than 15 years ago. During that time, I was still young. During my final year for university, and you're right, I was an engineer. I'm actually an electric engineer and trained in power engineering. But during that time, my mom was very into organic food. She had cancer. And I couldn't understand why organic. I mean, organic is so expensive. Organic means cutting out all of outside food. No more char kway teow, no more Hokkien mee, no more fried food, no more fast food. And it was only after my mom passed away that I had a little bit more time to go into researching about food. How food has actually changed over the years to what it is today. Let me just give a small example. Bread. Yeah, because I'm a bakery, right? So let's talk about bread. Bread has been baked since ancient times. Long ago, people always bake bread. And in those days, when you bake, you eat what you bake. You don't really keep it for many days. Now, bread was just made with just 4 ingredients. Right? The 4 simple ingredients are flour, water, salt, and yeast. Just 4. But today, when you go to the supermarket, just grab any loaf of bread off the shelf. Look at the ingredient list. How many ingredients do you see? And how many of these ingredients do you actually know what they are? A lot of commercial breads today are actually filled with lots of additives, improvers, emulsifiers, and the list goes on. So have you ever thought, what have we actually been feeding our bodies all this while? This is just a small portion of it. There's so much more. Another one, chicken. For many of us, it's a staple food. And do you know how much farm-raised chickens today are actually pumped with growth hormones and antibiotics just to hasten the growth for commercialization? Well, many have said, look, it's just something that you eat once in a while. All these are just a little bit, and everyone is eating it. And gradually, our bodies will naturally develop immunity. Well, that's true. I don't disagree, but it adds up. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not going to enter into a debate. But from what I know, during that time when my mom had cancer, at that state, at that time, there needs to be careful selection of what she eats. Because her body is really weak from trying to defend against cancer cells, to fight against the cancer cells. The immunity is low. We need to build up her immunity. And we need to feed her with nutritious, clean food. And if we continue to feed her with all these chemicals, additives, and so on, her body will weaken. And everything will accumulate. Again, I qualify. I'm not an expert in cancer. Neither am I saying that if you have cancer, you cannot have food that's unhealthy. Because after so many encounters with different ones in this line, I would say food is just one small part in a whole holistic health. And at the heart of why Part of Joy Organic Bakery was created is because I wanted to have a bakery that could provide bakes that are clean using organic ingredients as much as you can. And if anyone out there, like myself during that time, if we were to find for some clean food that we could feed our loved ones after such a long day, tired, unable to prepare everything from scratch, you know that Part of Joy has actually something that we can offer for you to help lighten that little load. And I hope that you guys will know that there's such a bakery here in Singapore. It is already heartbreaking if your loved one is ill, and I can understand the frustration of trying so hard to do everything that we can for our loved ones who is already at that state. Trying to find something clean for our child who has multiple allergies, and doing our best, and yet sometimes, even with the best that we do, our child still ends up in hospital because of a certain allergy. It's very frustrating. And that's why Bud of Joy was set up. I wanted a bakery that could provide the best, the cleanest ingredients. So in our bakery here, everything, the recipes, they are all actually carefully created from scratch with careful research. We have a range of products. I wouldn't say every product suits everyone best, but I would say you would at least find something that is good enough for your loved ones. It can be maybe a clean organic diet for start, or with allergies. Let's say, for example, you want something that's gluten-free, you want something that's eggless, you want something that is dairy-free, or some even have the requirement of nut-free. Yes, we have something that can fit that diet. Some of our products may not fit your palate, but the others might. I won't say we can provide every single thing, but to the best that we can, we will provide. And in my next video, I will start talking a bit about my first creation for Bud of Joy, which is our 100% wholemeal bread. And that was created with a particular person in mind who had diabetes and who loved bread. And we all know, having diabetes, you can't have refined sugars and refined flour, and the list goes on. So having said that, I'll conclude my first video. Meanwhile, if you're interested in our products, feel free to browse our website and the link below, budofjoy.com. And if you love my video and would like more of it, please click here to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.